Well, good morning, Kentuckiana. It is 6:01 here on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for beginning your morning with us right here on GMK. I'm Jim Stratman, joined in studio today by meteorologist Matthew Willoughby. And Matthew, we have a lot to talk about today. Rain starts today, and then tomorrow is really the main event.
Oh, yeah, we got some big changes on the way, and yeah, that definitely starts for today with some morning rain on the way for us. But we are tracking the more important strong to severe storms for your Wednesday. Take a look at your weather headlines. Thursday does have a more cooler weather as well for us as that cold front begins to roll through. So we'll time out the characteristics of that weather impact alert day in just a sec. Take a look outside. Mostly dry across the Louisville metro with temperatures into the 60s, but we are tracking some showers and some spotty showers rolling across the Louisville metro just east of it into places like Taylorsville, just north of Springfield for this morning. So a few showers out there for you that will be quick moving and out of our area pretty quickly. So we're tracking a cell though just west of Columbia that we are seeing bringing some heavy showers and a few thunderstorms as well. That will be on your doorstep, Columbia, within, I'd say, the next 5 to 10 minutes. So just be aware of that if you are getting ready for this morning, or could wake you up with a few rumbles of thunder. Bus stop forecast for today will stay mainly dry, mid-60s, mostly cloudy skies. We'll continue to keep those clouds throughout the afternoon as well, but temperatures surging into the 70s once again for today. Evening energy will keep us into the mid to upper 70s as well for another warm day. Highs across the area sticking to the mid 70s, 76 degrees in Bedford, out into Louisville, 77 degrees. Now we are tracking that severe outlook for your Wednesday, and we did issue a weather impact alert day for your Wednesday that will bring some heavy rain, large hail, and some gusty winds. But we'll be timing out those details and when to expect those storms and showers in just a few minutes. Now, let's get a look at that traffic tracker for this morning and tell you what to expect on those roadways. Overall, giving you a look at some of those drive times. Shelbyville westbound to Gene Snyder to downtown will take 19 minutes for this morning. Average speed of 37 miles per hour. Overall, as we give you a look at some of those traffic cams as well for you as we go towards this morning. Not looking too bad out there. We are tracking one crash, though, on our traffic tracker that we can show you right now. Not really causing any slowdowns, but that crash is just along I-65. That is at least near I-65 on Gray Street and Brook Street for this morning. So just be aware of that crash, making your morning commute. Back over to you, Jim.
Matthew, thank you very much. We begin this morning with some sad news. The news of a 7th U.S. service member killed in the conflict with Iran, and this man was a Kentucky native. The Department of War announced Sergeant Benjamin Pennington was killed after the attack on U.S. troops in Saudi Arabia back on March 1st. Pennington was from just down the road in Hardin County. He grew up in Glendale. This was the scene last night as Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth were on hand for the dignified transfer of Pennington's body. President Trump, who attended the transfer of the other 6 American soldiers who were killed, did not attend Pennington's. CNN reports that he was traveling to address House Republicans at a legislative retreat. Pennington was 26 years old. He was assigned to the 1st Space Brigade at Fort Carson, Colorado. Before becoming a soldier, Pennington was an Eagle Scout and a student in Hardin County schools. WHAS11's Conroy Deluche and photojournalist Gabby DeGeorge talked to a teacher and his family's pastor.
Sergeant Benjamin Pennington was a graduate of Central Hardin High School, but he spent a lot of his senior year on this campus, learning how to work on cars.
I've lost 5 students in the time that I've been a teacher. This was gut-wrenching.
Tom Pitt says he was just outside of church when he learned that one of his former students, Ben Pennington, had died.
Question reality for just a minute. Am I dreaming? Is this real? It was real, and it's heartbreaking.
Pitt is an automotive instructor at Hardin County's Early College and Career Center. Students who commit to that track spend a lot of time in the shop.
Working on cars every day, 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, for free.
It was a craft where Pitt says Pennington excelled.
He was really good at electrical stuff. That's a thinking man's game, the electricity part. And a lot of folks are afraid of that. He wasn't afraid of it. He wasn't afraid of challenges.
Lessons learned that the teacher believes helped to shape Pennington as a soldier.
He was good at fixing people. People liked him. He liked people.
Pennington was many things, including an Eagle Scout. He was also a son, a brother, in a family devoted to faith.
Yeah, and Ben was baptized, so we know where Ben's going.
Glendale Christian Church pastor Michael Bell says it's been a tough week.
We're a very close-knit community, and this is just heartbreaking.
He's been in touch with Pennington's family and says that a doctor shared some pointed words after the soldier passed.
Their son gave his life doing what he wanted to do. And because of him, they were safe.
To Pitt, Pennington is a hero and hopes to see some of his former student within his own son.
And so if my son ends up the way Sergeant Pennington, ended up with as far as success, then I'll feel like that I've done it right.
An impact and legacy that a community is determined to carry on. In Hardin County, Conroy DeLuche, WHAS 11 on your side.
Before Sergeant Pennington's death, Bell says the last person from Glendale killed while serving was Dennis Vance in 1970. Kentucky lawmakers from across the state are now reacting to the death of Sergeant Pennington. The governor sharing this news on social media saying, quote, Sergeant Pennington is a hero who sacrificed everything serving our country. Please join Brittany and me as we pray for his family and for our fellow Kentuckians during this difficult time. U.S. Kentucky Representative Thomas Massey tweeted, I'm saddened to hear the 7th U.S. military casualty was a brave Kentuckian. My prayers are with all the families of the American service members who have died in the war with Iran, and I'm praying for a full recovery for those who have been seriously injured. Congressman Morgan McGarvey said that his death is heartbreaking and tragic.
The idea of people coming to the front door of a mom and a dad and telling them that their son's not coming home, that is something that is always serious, and so we thank him for his service.
As of right now, we're still waiting to learn about funeral plans for Sergeant Pennington. We turn now to the latest in the war with Iran, or the conflict with Iran. President Trump overnight warned that Iran should not interfere with international oil shipments. This as U.S. Central Command has released new videos of strikes on missile launchers. It says the U.S. has now hit more than 5,000 targets and 50 Iranian vessels. Iran is also attacking the Persian Gulf, aiming at the United Arab Emirates. The president says he expects the war to end very soon, despite the Defense Department saying the fighting has just begun. And happening later this morning, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth will give an update on Operation Epic Fury. This will be the third time we hear from Hegseth as he updates us from the White House since the conflict began 11 days ago. The news conference is expected to start at 8 o'clock this morning. And WHAS 11 will be bringing you coverage of that news conference throughout the day. The best way to keep with the latest updates on the conflict in the Middle East is to download the WHAS 11 app on your phone. You can also download the WHAS 11 Plus streaming channel on your TV, and you can watch our coverage for free. This morning, a Kentucky native and a key investigator in the deadly UPS plane crash was fired after the administration alleged he had been drinking on the job. Todd Inman says that the White House notified him on Friday that he was being fired. Inman was a member of the National Transportation Safety Board and an important investigative figure in 2 deadly plane crashes in 2025. The Owensboro, Kentucky native investigated the deadly collision between a passenger jet and an Army helicopter over the Potomac River in Washington. And he was also the lead investigator on scene for the UPS cargo plane crash in November. In a statement, a White House spokesperson said the White House lawfully removed Todd Inman for the NTSB after receiving highly concerning reports of inappropriate alcohol use on the job, harassment of staff, misuse of government resources, and failure to attend at least half of NTSB meetings. In response, Inman said, quote, I categorically deny the allegations made in the White House statement. It has become increasingly obvious this action was a political hit job. While not my original intent, I look forward to defending my reputation through all legal means possible. Well, Matthew, let's head on over to you with a look at the forecast for today.
Yeah, absolutely. We are tracking those storms to roll in throughout your Wednesday afternoon and evening that could involve some strong to severe storms. We'll be breaking down that timing, and when those storms will move out along with the cool down just after the break.